What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Full Send Farmer, once again back with a video, and today we got a deep dive into Eternity's Reach. Now, little context, first time doing the video or anything for Eternity's Reach. I waited a little bit just to make sure I got all my facts straight before posting this video, but here we are. So, it starts off, you have this little 2 minutes and 45 second pre-battle phase, okay? Good time to scout the map. Now, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to find where you're trying to game plan this out. Making sure that there's not any cities around you so you can monopolize an area. And now you're gonna be looking at these skills right here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go right, so level 1 right, level 2 right, level 3 left, level 4 left, level 5 right. And that's pretty much the same in any guide video that you have. It's pretty much the best setup. The reason why I love that is because it's going to incentivize you, especially in the early stages, to kill the level 1 and level 2 troops. You're going to get so much more points for that. I mean, when you're looking at some of this level 1 gold nodes, is what I call them, there's really not that much value there, right? So when it's good to start off, but where you want to get the most value from is killing these guys. And as you can see, I'm pumping out troops trying to kill this, and I make a mistake here. Obviously, it's my first time, and I go in and I try to farm these mines. And to me, I think the best bet would have just been to try to kill as many as those guys as possible, and maybe just have like 1 march or 2 marches max on the gold mines, and having that little guy go into town. And then as soon as I pick up all those little gold piles, I would take them off and then do something else with them. I don't think it's a good idea to just hold them. I think you're wasting time. And that's where I think I fell behind, and you're gonna see in the leaderboard, I fell behind early. So my advice, early stage, you wanna pump out that tech as fast as possible. Once you pump it out and you get to that level 5 thing on the right-hand side, that's called the copper hauler. And that's gonna give you like a 50% or boost to gathering speeds for about a minute, and it's got a 5-minute cooldown. And that's another thing that I didn't do well in this video. I didn't optimize my ability, and I didn't use it as well as I should have. So you should be able to pump that skill out about 5 times, and don't worry about using it in the early game, because the peak of eternity is going to open at the 23-minute mark, right? So you got 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes total, and that peak of eternity is only going to open in the last 7 minutes of the game. So you don't even have to worry about that. So if you're free to play, if you're low spend, what I would do is I would check out the top power, right? First thing you want to do as you're pumping and your units are traveling, you want to check to see how your lobby is. If you got a pretty balanced lobby and matchmaking was good for once, then you're able to roll and compete for the peak of eternity. If not, and you got an absolute beluga whale in your server, well, you just got that, you gotta chalk that up to bad luck, because that's what happened to me. I was 36 million power in this video, and they had a 75, 76 million power guy just laying the pipe on us. And you'll see that later on in the video. And if that happens to you, man, this is what I'm recommending to my free-to-play. Obviously, it's relative power. What I would do is I would farm up as many as these fractured veins as possible. Now, listen to the math on this, okay? You get 4,000 of the gold, okay? It takes you 20 seconds to farm it, and it's 200 seconds. I would pump your skill, so it cuts that time down in half, right? But even if you don't pump your skill, you're looking at 6 marches by that breakdown is 24,000. And let's say it takes you a minute back and forth to get your troops there, farm, and come back, right? You're trying to go for the ones that are close, and let's say it takes you a minute total of that time. Well, there's 5 minutes while these things are spawning for, right? So you get potentially 124,000. So if you're letting that rip every time it spawns, you're gonna be chilling. You don't need to compete with the big dogs. You go, you find yourself a little corner of the map in that tier 2, tier 3 edge, you know, because your big dogs are all gonna port for that middle. they're all gonna have their egos. They're gonna be like, yo, look at me. I'm gonna get this middle. Everybody's gonna be fighting over that. Nah, screw that. Let them fight over it. You take your level 3 mines and your fractured veins and just pump that. And then as you're mining that, rip your copper hauler every 6 minutes, okay? Because it's a 1 minute skill cycle and then it's 5 minutes on the cooldown, right? So you're gonna rip that every single time. Now, if it's an even match, go for the middle, right? Try to hold down the middle, especially for my whales. You wanna be pumping and sending troops to that middle because it is gonna be so plentiful. And as you can see there's the whale that got thrown into my server, double my power, double everybody else's power. An absolute joke. Shout out to King Shot for throwing in just a beluga whale into our match, really throwing a wrench into things. But that's okay, because we got great videos for you now and how to manage a whale. How do you beat him? Well, what you do is you're gonna have to farm and you're gonna have to rip that copper hauler all the time, and what you want to do is manage your marches as well. You don't want to take a sad face on a resource node or a spot, because you're going to be down that march for, I think it's a minute, okay? And you're not going to be able to use that march for a minute. So instead of that, just pull them back and go to a new one, especially if you're free to play, and just keep firing that back and forth, and make sure you use your teleports, okay? Or your march speed boost or whatever it is. Just a little bit of gems goes a long way, and it's going to help you with the reward, because the rewards on this thing are absolutely bananas. They are so good for your governor profile. They are absolutely ridiculous. You need to crush this event. And as you can see here, I start climbing the rankings. I say, you know what? I'm gonna, and when this thing opens, you're gonna see me run into this guy's march and get absolutely sad face, okay? This is where it's coming. This guy takes it over. He's right there. He's ready to go. I send my march in there. I'm like, okay, I got this. I got these T10s. I just unlocked them. I'm feeling froggy. I'm gonna go in there. There's my march speeding. Bam, sad face. Getting absolutely manhandled. You're gonna see my report here in a second. Just demolished. So I say at that point, you know what? This is a great lesson for me and anybody who's completely outmatched. Don't even waste your time in the middle. Just let them have it. You're not going to win that battle. You're just going to lose troops, okay? Just focus on the fractured veins. Focus on the level 3 nodes. Make sure you're pumping copper hauler, and always make sure you're moving your marches. If you don't think you can win a defense, take them back. And that's what I learned there, because you don't want to be stuck with 5 marches, 4 marches, whatever you're running, because your marches got sad faced, okay? And that's my advice. Be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Hope this video helps you, and enjoy your day.